So guys, what's going on? Instant match reaction. It's all smiles from me today as Manchester United sweep aside FC Sheriff. It finishes Manchester United 3, FC Sheriff 0. A very relaxing game for Manchester United fans tonight. A dominant display, a clinical display, and a load of goals for Manchester United as well. Of course, Ronaldo finally getting that goal. The curse has ended for Ronaldo. He was on the score sheet today after a fair few attempts. Marcus Rashford again, another goal for him. He's in fine form at the moment, and Diogo Dalot scored as well. For me, has deserved a goal after his last couple of performances. Really happy for Dalot. And a stat about Rashford: 5 goals throughout the whole of last season for Marcus Rashford. Already this season, 14 games in, he's on 6 goals and he has 3 assists. You know, Ten Hag is really getting the best out of him, and that's credit to him as well, because I've always said it, you get Rashford on this type of form, you get him playing at the best of his ability, and he will shine for you, and that's exactly what he's doing at the moment. But yeah, I'm very happy for the team tonight. It was impressive, it was a dominant display, and exactly what we wanted to see against a team of the calibre of FC Sheriff. It was nothing like the ammonia games. We didn't struggle, we dominated the game. And if you go and look at the stats, which about the 80th minute, we had like 24 shots, 10 on target, and they had 0. But, you know, it should have been more. I wanted it to be more goals. I wanted to see a few more, but we can't be too greedy. But there were a few talking points in this game, which I get onto in a second. But before that, we now know we will play Sociedad next week, of course, on Thursday to decide the group, and we have to win that game by 2 or more goals to confirm that top position. Otherwise, we're going to have to play a qualifier. We're guaranteed to play a qualifier already, and that's not looking good considering the teams that dropped down: Juventus, Atletico Madrid, Barcelona dropping down. So it's going to be a very tough ask for the boys to go over there next week in Spain and win by 2 or more goals against a very good Sociedad side. And I'm not too confident on that, and if we'll do that next week. But the qualifier is going to be a massive test for Manchester United, that's all I know. But the team lineup going into the game, it was David De Gea in there. It was a very strong lineup as well. So you can see Ten Hag's the way of thinking about going into this game. Like, he wanted to see goals as well. He wants us to go out there because he knew today's game was a must-win. We had to win this game, and I think that's going to give the boys a lot of confidence for next week's game against Sociedad as well, because the last couple of games we played against Spurs, against Chelsea, now against Sociedad, we are looking very, very good. And the key to these performances is consistency. It's what we've been asking for a very, very long time. Can we keep these performances consistent? Because we know what we can do. I've said many times, I know what this team is capable of. But can we do it week in, week out consistently? And the last couple of weeks or so is confirming that. Dominant against Spurs for 90 minutes. Went to Stamford Bridge, were dominant for most of the game. And now against Sheriff, unlike we did it with Ammonia the last 2 times we faced them, from minute 1 there was intensity, there was flames going forward, and overall we were dominant from minute 1 to minute 90, and that's down to the players tonight, because it was a very strong team. So I did half expect these players to go out there tonight and score 3 or 4 goals. So I'm happy with 3-0 tonight, although it should have been more. But Ronaldo, as I said, very happy for him. He scored tonight, did his new celebration as well. So it's a happy day for Manchester United. It was a relaxing one. I could sit down, I could watch us dominate a game for 90 minutes. It was similar to Spurs as well. I knew we were going to win the game, but I just wanted to see us be dominant, you know, have that intensity. Once we score 1, go on and score more. And we did that tonight. But the team lineup going into the game was David De Gea in net. Of course, Tyrone Malacia was back in the squad alongside Diogo Dalot. And then it was Lindelof and Martinez. I didn't expect Martinez to start, to be fair. I thought he would have been benched. Of course, he did come off at half-time for Maguire as well. He got a good reception, which is good to see, because that's what you want to see. You know, these fans get behind these players, because that's what we need to do at the end of the day. So, you know, that was a defence, and it was Casemiro, Eriksen in the middle. It was very strong midfield. Bruno ahead of him, Anthony, and then it was a start for Garnacho, which I was really happy for, and he today shined. He was brilliant, really bright going forward. It's a breath of fresh air from what we've seen from Sancho for the last couple of weeks or so. He was taking on his man. He knew what he wanted to do. He knew what he needed to do in this game, and some of the tricks he was pulling out as well were really impressive, and that man there has a bright future. And for me, it's a bold statement. He's in contention to play that West Ham game. The way Sancho's performing at the moment, you know, if I was Ten Hag today, looking at that performance based off the 80 or plus minutes he played, because he did get subbed off, I'm looking at him thinking, Jesus, if Sancho doesn't really turn up in training and the way he's been playing the last couple of weeks or so, Garnacho's going straight in on Sunday for me personally, so we'll have to see what happens. But yeah, that's a big call and a big question mark going into the game on Sunday. So yeah, I was really impressed by him. It was Garnacho, Antony, and of course Cristiano Ronaldo returning from his suspension up front today. And we got an early goal. Diego did not an early goal, but we were very dominant early on, and we finally found the breakthrough through Diego Dallo. A very good header, and again, one he's deserved because his performances have been really, really good. We'll get onto him more in the player ratings. Rashford, of course, got a goal in the second half after coming on the bench, and then of course Ronaldo's goal. It was a really good goal. It was a header which should have went in, and then it was a tap in after. But it was, the way he scored it was brilliant, just because it felt refreshing, it felt needed for him, and that's what I'm happy about. So these were the goals, guys. But yeah, overall, as I said, done the business tonight. Done the business. Went into this game knowing we needed to win, knowing we needed to or wanted to see a lot of goals, and we got that all into one tonight. So can't ask for any more than that, guys. But let's go on to the player ratings. So David De Gea tonight wasn't tested at all throughout the whole 90 minutes. I did feel quite bad for him. I just wanted him to be a part of that game, to be fair. Didn't really get too many touches of the ball, so I will give him I'd give him a 6, an average 6. Couldn't do too much about the game, and again, wasn't in the game at all. No, didn't really test him at all, did they? So we'll give him a 6. Really felt bad for him today. Left back, we move on to not Luke Shaw, he came on. Tyrone Malacia today, really good. Really impressed by him today. Coming in after a tough period for him, being out of the side, of course being replaced by Luke Shaw. Didn't know how he was going to get on. Didn't know how he was going to perform. Was he going to perform how he performed before Luke Shaw came back into the side? But no, he came in, he was positive, the energy was there. And again, he nearly put one on Ronaldo's head for a goal as well. So I was really impressed with Malacia and going forward today. Really impressed. So I'll give him a solid 7 today. Really good. Diego Dallo, I'm going to give an 8. Really impressed with Diego Dallo again. A modern day fullback in Manchester United's defence. What we needed. What we have needed. Going forward, he's a presence. He creates opportunities. Defensively, he was always calm. He deals with his players correctly. Doesn't really make too many mistakes. There's those games that he has, which, you question him at times, but then again, next game, he shows up, he performs, and that's what you want to see. So for me, Dallo gets an 8. Martinez, for what he played, is going to give him a 7. Again, didn't really get tested too much, and same as Lindelof, I'll give him a 7 as well. Again, just dealt with the play as well and just performed well throughout the whole game, and I can't really go too much into it because they didn't have nothing to do with the whole game, to be fair. So, yeah, both get a 7 for me. Actually, I will give them a 6, both average, because, they didn't have much to do. It's quite unfair me putting a 7 on their name when they haven't done anything the whole game. So I will give them an average 6 as well. And we move on to Eriksen today. When Eriksen's in that side, this team just plays better and better and better. Eriksen is a real key position in this team. And again, when he was out, we saw the impact it had. Now he's back into the side. He just offers that different vision in the midfield, which, it's different to Casemiro. It's different to Bruno. We know how good Christian Eriksen is when he's in this side. And again, today, some of the balls he was playing were just ridiculous. The vision that guy has, the calmness he has as well. It's just really a breath of fresh air. Again, it's similar to Diego Dallo's position, a breath of fresh air in the middle of the pitch. Casemiro done his duty today, bossed the midfield at times. He had one chance but didn't really take it. But other than that, I was really happy with Casemiro's performance today. So I will give him a solid 7 as well. Thought he was really good for what he played in the first half and a bit of the second half. So yeah, I will give him a 6 as well. And we move on to Antony. And the moment about Antony, we all know what happened. The Antony turn at 0-0 and a bit showboaty, but we know what he's about. I don't see what they were saying at halftime, having to go at him and that. We knew what we were getting when Antony signed. We knew he was going to do these type of things at 0-0. It's just him. It's just Antony and himself. And, you don't have to respect it, but you just have to get on with it, because I'm not saying anything wrong with that. We're not losing. We're not getting thrashed, are we? So at the end of the day, it is showboating, but we know what we were getting, so no one can have a go at him for that. So I will give him, Antony today was bright in the first half, to be fair, when he did play. I'll give him a 6, to be fair. And then we move on. Bruno Fernandes today, 6 as well. Wasn't involved in the game fully, to be fair. He had a few chances, which, maybe if he was to take one, I'd be giving him a lot higher. But yeah, it was just one where a lot of players shined today, and a lot of players gave it a bit of a rest today. I know it's against Sheriff, but you have to perform at your best games, and I don't think Bruno was that good today, in my personal opinion. Garnacho today. Garnacho, for me, man of the match, gets a solid 8 as well. Really, really happy with Garnacho's performance today. Coming in like that, for Manchester United. I think it's his first start of the season as well, and he's repaid Eric Ten Hag trusting him. And at the end of the day, that's all you can do. Put yourself in contention. That's what Europa League is for, and I think he did that today and deserves to start on Sunday now, in my opinion. So for me, I'm very, very happy with his performance. They're really bright going forward. Willing to take on his man, just positive, and not what Sancho has been the last couple of weeks. And then Ronaldo gets a 7 for me today. Got his goal at last. There were a few times when I thought in that game where he wasn't going to get it. He was not going to get it, and then it came, and you're relieved. You're happy to finish it off like that with Ronaldo scoring. You saw how happy the players were for him, the fans, and me personally as well is over the moon for that, because it's been difficult for him. It really has. The suspension and coming back in and scoring today, couldn't be more happier for him. So I will give him a 7. And Eric Ten Hag today for me, we saw his vision on the game. He wanted to put out a very strong team, get the job done comfortably, be able to take players off at half time when you're leading, and that's exactly what happened. So credit to Ten Hag today. Knew what had to be done, and to be fair, the business got done today, and that's all you can ask, guys. So yeah, let me know what you guys think down below, guys. Big game next weekend in Spain, the decider for the group, guaranteed a qualifier, but can we get top next weekend? Let me know what you guys think down below. If you did enjoy, smash a like, subscribe, do the business, guys, and I'll see you guys later. Goodbye.